Teofimo Lopez uploads a sparring session between himself and Rollie Romero. And Teofimo Lopez is whooping Rollie Romero's behind. Hey, man, they were friends. Teofimo Lopez tweeted, "Don't worry, Oscar de la Hoya. If it comes to it, I'll handle this fake champ like I did back in 2017. Hashtag how dare you disrespect the legend. Hashtag revenge on Rollie." Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Teofimo Lopez and Rollie Romero, been friends for a long time. In the public eye, everybody knows that Rollie Romero and Teofimo Lopez have been very, very close as friends. Very, very close as friends. The first time that you heard Teofimo Lopez said that, he will fight Rollie Romero or things of that nature, or there is no friends in the sport of boxing. Put it that way. Because it seems like for Teofimo Lopez, there is no friends in the sport of boxing. And I know that it's healthy. It's healthy because in the end of the day, Rollie Romero is at a 140-pound division. Teofimo Lopez is the champion. Rollie Romero is the champion. If Teofimo Lopez wants to enhance his legacy in the 140-pound division, if he wants to unify the belts, well, hey, friends or not, man, I got to go through you. And at this stage of my life and at this stage of my career, anybody that's holding a title, anybody who's in the way of me enhancing my legacy, you're my enemy. I could understand Teofimo Lopez's mindset as a warrior. I could understand that. And Rollie Romero, as a warrior himself, got to respect that. As a warrior, as a competitor, as a boxer. But there's also the other side of it. When Teofimo Lopez had his hiccup versus George Kambosos Jr., man, it seemed like the world of boxing turned their backs on Teofimo. They didn't want to give him the benefit of the doubt of his health. They thought about people question his mental state. People question if he's really that guy that's going to lead this new generation. A lot of people, even heading to the Josh Taylor fight, people still, they said the same thing. He's not going to be that guy. He is not going to be who he ain't going to be the takeover and such, and et cetera, et cetera. Around that time, there was very, very, very few people that backed Teofimo Lopez, that supported Teofimo Lopez in the boxing industry. And we're talking about boxers, pundits, media, independent media, YouTube boxing content creator hosts. There's a lot of people that turned their backs, that didn't believe in Teofimo Lopez, but there was very, 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 very few, and maybe you could count them, that still had Teofimo Lopez back. Rollie Romero had Teofimo Lopez back. Rollie Romero publicly had Teofimo Lopez back like a friend. And he will go against anybody that has something to say about Teofimo Lopez and what happened around that time after the George Kambosos and what people were saying about Teofimo Lopez. Many people that was giving him credit left Teofimo Lopez in the island like Tom Hanks, like Wilson, the volleyball, left Tom Hanks in the island all by himself. Wilson! I myself, you already know, man, I rock with Teofimo Lopez, all day, every day. But Rollie Romero is also rocking with Teofimo Lopez. So I understand, when you got your downfall, and there's very few people, when the brights dim down, and you in the downfall, you think about who was there for you. Who was there for you? Very few people. And I'm talking about publicly because, of course, behind the scenes, probably, Teofimo Lopez got text messages and calls, and there was support. But I'm talking about publicly what we've seen. Rollie Romero was a true friend to Teofimo Lopez. And when it's all said and done, you might just hold to a few good people in your life. Now, I don't know, their friendship or relationship and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just looking at what I'm seeing in interviews and things of that nature. But what I know publicly was that Rollie Romero was a friend to Teofimo Lopez when many, many turned their backs on him, or even many just didn't want to give Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt. Put it that way. 95% of the people did not give Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt publicly. Rollie did. And Rollie continued to do so. So it probably hurt or it pinched the nerve of Rollie Romero when Rollie Romero heard in the interview. He went on and did the interview last year and stuff like that. And Teofimo Lopez, man, they ain't no friends in boxing. So that's understandable as well. As a fighter, it's understandable. But as a friend that's beyond, that could be beyond boxing, a relationship that could be beyond boxing, I could understand if Rollie Romero has an issue. So lately, Rollie Romero, now he's in interviews, he's going by like, I don't give a damn about Teofimo Lopez. Because Rollie heard what Teofimo Lopez said, that we ain't friends, there ain't no friends in boxing. Yo, my man, I was there for you. But hey, this is the hurt business, this is the hurt game. Teofimo Lopez did not walk into this boxing world with Rollie Romero attached to him. This is a lonely sport. And you know what? Only the strong survive. And one thing for sure, that Teofimo Lopez calls himself the takeover. He is the takeover. And to take over, you got to run through anybody that's in your way to take over. So at least a Rollie could understand his mindset and respect the warrior mindset, or he's going to be bitter. Maybe Rollie doesn't understand what the takeover means. Maybe Rollie Romero don't know what it means to be the greatest at your craft, especially in this sport. But he knows Teo. He knows what Teo is all about when it comes to this sport. Michael Jordan once said, to be the great, or to be as great, to match that greatness that I had to tap into, you got to be a little selfish to be that great. And you got to be that little selfish. To accomplish certain things in life, you have to compromise and you have to sacrifice relationships. It doesn't have to take a boxer for you to understand that. Teo is sacrificing friendship, relationship, to be the man that he is in that ring.